least right at the minute, I'm kind of back in my comfort zone. I mean, this is just normal sailing as far as, you know, what I think is on the horizon anyways. There are no more, you know, really any kind of strong tidal areas at this point to overcome. So yeah, like I said, this will just be well, probably a relatively slow sail around Sonora Island to the east side of it, but that's okay. This is one of those times where I'll, you know, enjoy the sun and get there when I get there. My Genoa, my furling line is kind of jammed up at the minute, so, you know, nothing abnormal on the fly problem solving here. I was just getting a little too close to that shoreline, so I should be okay. I'm pretty much in the middle here. I should be able to unsnag things, I hope, without hitting anything. I suspect the noise of the prop in the water probably scares them away, because I haven't seen them surface again since I got kind of close there. I would expect he should be behind me here somewhere. Whatever that creature was, it was you know, black dorsal fin with a white kind of tip on it if the GoPro caught it. Yeah, I do not see any signs of him behind me, or in front for that matter. There just might be enough wind here that I might be able to sail, so I'll try shutting the engine off again. Definitely hear, you know, some sort of stream or waterfall of sorts. The mountain on my left-hand side. Still have not seen Mr. Dorsal Fin behind me, so who knows where that little fella got to. Didn't look very, you know, overly large. Could be some type of porpoise, I have no idea. Very new to ocean life, as you should already know. If anyone's been paying attention at all to any of my videos. But yeah, I definitely scared whatever that fishy friend was. Is nowhere to be seen. Like I said, I mean, beautiful day. It'd be nice to have some wind right at this point in time. But I've got all day really at this point in time. I see my fishy friend way back there now. I wonder if it's an orca? I honestly don't know. I'll have to look up the white tip dorsal fin. But I mean, the wind is, well, according to the top of my mast, it's right off the beam. Whether it's doing anything to propel me at this minute is, you know, kind of questionable. But I'm quite positive that I don't have to worry about any more, you know, I don't have any kind of time frame right at this minute in time. So I think we'll turn you off just to conserve some power now. Like I said, it's going to be a lot of this kind of drifting stuff here for the next few hours, I do believe. So I basically lost all wind and I'm just hopelessly drifting right now, just barely moving with the current. I did Google that large fish with a white dorsal fin appears to be a porpoise. Dow's porpoise was the, you know, the image that kind of matched. I didn't really get any further to see if they're in these waters or not, but the picture looked right. Orcas have a much bigger dorsal fin, so yeah, I'll have to note that in my head for next time. It did seem pretty small to be any kind of orca without a giant, you know, mother beside it somewhere. And that's probably what I saw going into the Tikarim arm as well. Dolphins tend to always be in pods. I think porpoises tend to be more by themselves. Kind of what my limited knowledge tells me. So yeah, it was some sort of porpoise, I'm pretty sure of that much. And I just saw something else just behind the camera here. You know, again, probably a porpoise. I think, you know, basically same family as dolphins, I do believe, but like I said, I'm down to like 3G cellular right now, and obviously not much wind happening at the moment. But I mean, I should be close hauled if there were any wind to propel me. I am a little bit, oh, I guess, yeah, while I'm here kind of wasting time playing the drifting game that I'm good at playing, I'll tell you a story about this local guy I met. Really cool guy. My boom is maybe gonna swing into me at some point here, so bear with. But anyways, this dude lives on Sonora Island here. He's one of, I think he said about 15 people live on the island full time. And it sounds like sort of like a work to live kind of community. I'm not gonna really tell a whole lot of details of what he told me on air for the masses to hear, but it's definitely seems like my kind of people. So I wouldn't mind running into him again. He did tell me where he lived, sort of, but yeah, I mean, I'm completely new to the area, so whatever words he mentioned, you know, unless I recognize him on the map, that's kind of gonna be lost in time, I think. But yeah, really cool group of people, and like I said, it seems to be kind of my type of people. So there is a chance I'll run into him again. You know, he was watching me struggle last night as I was trying to, you know, force my way through those rapids. So he made a point to come by and, you know, talk to me. It's like, holy fuck, dude, you got a lot of balls to try that. I was like, well, you know, I was kind of determined. And so I did ask him, I'm like, well, is it even, you know, are these whirlpools enough to take down a sailboat? And he's like, oh yeah, you should be a little bit worried about that. So what he said is, if, you know, the ass end gets kind of stuck in the middle and starts filling up with water, it'll just spiral its way down. He had told me a story about trying to rescue a guy on a surfboard or like a paddleboard or something, and he was pulled under. And he said it's, you know, pretty dark and scary, and the only thing you can do is, you know, swim for the noise, is because he said you can't see a thing under there. So he's alive, obviously. He told me the story, so I guess good information to know if I ever get sucked into a whirlpool. Just head for the noise and you'll find your way out, if you're lucky, like he was. I mean, it is gorgeous, stupid hot right now without any kind of breeze. It's gotta be 20 something degrees, I would guess. So I don't mind kind of just floating here, making no progress at all. Kind of hoping some wind will come up, but yeah, not a whole lot else to say. Hopefully the GoPro got Mr. Porpoise or whatever he was. I'm kind of convinced it was a porpoise, but should have been in the frame of the GoPro somewhere a wee bit ago. And I'm sure the GoPro, you know, wide angle lens will probably see that little channel. There's mountain in the distance. I'm heading through there, hanging a left. And that should get me around to the east side of Sonora Island here, and from there I'll be going through another set of a little bit of a current section. I don't think it's anywhere, you know, it's nothing I have to be overly cautious or any of this whirlpool gibberish again, but from there it'll be the Johnstone Strait, which again has a lot of current in it, but it's you know, you just have to time it so you've got the current working with you. It's not, you know, whirlpool situations again. And from Johnstone Strait, you know, that's getting, once the Johnstone Strait ends, it's getting pretty close to open ocean at that point. Yeah, like I said, I mean, this is all completely new to me, so y'all can watch and learn, or not learn, or whatever, and definitely learn from my mistakes. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just gonna relax here and hope some wind comes up, I guess, in the next coming hours. And yeah, we'll turn you off, maybe recharge you, because I am limited to battery life. But yeah, for now, nothing to see. So right at this moment in time, I'm still maintaining a bit of forward momentum. I kind of feel like it's more current than wind helping me right now. I'm going like 0.7 knots. So like I said, it's a beautiful day. It's as good a place as any to just kind of relax and drift. I've got, you know, mountains surrounding me and a dead calm ocean here. So I'm not too concerned about, you know, getting anywhere quickly, but if the current does change and, you know, I end up going backwards, I'll obviously have to start the engine. But for now, I'm kind of just happy to be hopelessly drifting. Yeah, just taking in the scenery, really. A powerboat went by, you'll see it off in the distance there. you know, those guys don't make a whole lot of sense to me. They burn tons of money in fuel, like stupid amounts of fuel, but whatever, they're probably old people. Obviously rich if they don't care about fuel. But yeah, I'm content just doing this, so yeah, we'll update you again. So as I envisioned, the current is now working against me about a half knot, just from, you know, what I've seen my speed go down. I've maintained a constant engine RPM and I am kind of slowing down, so yeah, I did have to start the motor. I got to the point where the sails were not able to, you know, overcome the current in this light air, so I hope when I round the corner up here on my port hand side, you know, I'll find some wind and be able to at least sail into the anchorage, but yet to be seen. So hopefully, but we'll see what happens. I'm kind of back to sailing now. I don't think this will last very long, but there is a slight breeze, so I'll take advantage. I'm now heading down, I guess, kind of just across the northeast tip it would be of Sonora Island, and now heading, you know, down whatever this channel is called. Guess what I really want to kind of point out is, you know, it might look like I do foolish things, but to me this is living life. I mean, you run into problems and you either conquer them or you cower away in fear, and I'm, you know, my mindset is to conquer those problems and never cower away in fear, because I've kind of learned that, well, I mean, ultimately this is life. What else do? You encounter problems and you get through them. So many people have lost that with their this slavery mentality that's taken hold of the whole world, and it's, you know, it's not conducive to living life. Like I think I've said this before, like I actually feel like I accomplish something every day. You know, not every day, but you know, days like last night and today where, you know, faced with some daunting tasks and I work through them, it's, you know, feels good, I guess is what I'm trying to say. But too many people are just stuck on trying to always, you know, I gotta get up and go to work and earn that money so I can get taxed and be a good slave. Like, you guys are all missing out on what life is. Life is not slavery. So I guess I have this convid hoax to thank for that much. It's really, you know, made me, I guess I was always going to do this regardless of convid, but you know, it's really teaching me to live off the land and not rely on, you know, idiot humans and their kind of fear of living. So that part I'm thankful for. My wind is doing funky things, as you can see, so we'll have to make some adjustments here. So right now, you know, my main concerns are fuel consumption and, you know, ability to buy food, sorry. You know, these things are all going to be few and far between these next, I think it's about 100 miles, nautical miles, to get to kind of the tip of Vancouver Island. So, you know, it'll be challenging. Like I said, that's living life. It should be challenging. I'd certainly much rather be out here with no food and no fuel than a good slave like I used to be about 5 years ago. Whatever time frame, I don't even know, but you know. So yeah, I hope y'all can appreciate that, maybe take some inspiration. Said this before and I'll say it again. Obviously, if I kept my mouth shut about certain things, I'd probably have a pretty good following on YouTube by the time people, you know, kind of saw what I was doing here. But yeah, I'm not the type to stay silent when there's such, you know, buffoonery, whatever word you want to call it, without getting censored going on with society right now. You know, I cannot stay quiet with all this nonsense, that's for fucking damn sure. So, whatever, hate me if you want, but I hope you can at least appreciate that I'm living life and y'all are not living life. You know, I do have tons of food underneath me, so I'm not ever really worried about starving. It's just, you know, catch that first fish and learn how to clean them and eat them kind of thing. As I've stated many times, I've been, you know, eating shellfish when I can, which is very easy to come by. Sooner or later, I'm gonna have to just bite the bullet and start catching fish and, you know, deal with that kind of mess that's involved with the fish. But I guess risk and reward, or not really risk and reward, but you know, every good thing has a bit of work involved in it. And I just see that that work should be your ordinary everyday life, not working to, you know, produce useless things for the world to consume and then give half of that money to your so-called government thinking that they're out to help you. Because I mean, I've said this many times and I haven't really edited or aired that footage yet, but you'll see it before I say this. So governments are not capital N-O-T, governments do not have humanity's best interest in mind. Governments want slavery. They want happy consumers that go to work, give away half their money to the government, and then give the rest of it to the so-called economy slave system. It's all, you know, designed to make you not live life. So that's why I am very adamant and, you know, hell-bent on this journey. And quite honestly, if it kills me, I really don't give a fuck, because, you know, whatever comes next, whatever is after this realm, is gonna be a whole lot better than these nonsensical times we're living in. So, certainly don't have a death wish, but I mean, like I said, if for some reason along the way, you know, this journey claims my life, I'll die a very happy man. So GoPro is charged up now. Currently on kind of a broad reach. I'm going about 3.2 knots right now, which is, you know, pretty good for this minimal breeze. Anchorage is just in there somewhere. So yeah, I did have to motor. There's a big tugboat, you'll see some pictures of it. I was kind of in his way, so I, you know, gave him some respect and motored out of his way. But other than that, I've, you know, just been drifting and or sailing down whatever this channel's called. And we're getting kind of close, maybe another hour. Well, it'll be longer than that, because I guarantee as soon as I get into this little bay, there's probably going to be zero wind again. But I mean, for the time being, I'm making some progress, which is good. The only real issue I have right at this very second is that my sails block the sunlight, so it is a little bit cold back here now. The first time today I've been concerned about sunlight. Suppose I'll turn you on for this last little bit of the journey. Means I have to turn my music indoors off, but you know, that's all good. Mr. Tugboat just did a full 180 for some reason. I'm not sure what he's to, but yeah, he just completely turned around, so don't know. But yeah, as you can probably tell, I'm going through this little channel here. Not exactly sure why he's doing what he's doing, but there he is. One heck of a lot of logs on the back of that barge. And straight ahead, because Mr. GoPro is probably just looking at sails. As you can see, it's not all that far in there. What do they call that? Davis Point? To Thurston Bay, I guess it's called. It is a marine park, so there should be some kind of dinghy dock or land access anyways. Basically just off, sort of off my stern, kind of starboard side is the entrance to Johnstone Strait, which, you know, I'll be hitting eventually. Don't know exactly when, but it's nice that I got a wee breeze here at the end of the day to help out. Fishing rod did not do any fish catching. I'll be reeling it in here soon. I think this bay is pretty deep as far as in between this little island and, well, I guess these two islands straight ahead if the GoPro can make them out. But other than that, it'll shallow up, so there's no real reason to keep the line in the water now at this point. I just realized the GoPro's memory is now full, so again, I'm kind of slacking off. I do only have, basically my iPad or my iPhone. I kind of have to keep the files in iPhone compatibility to be able to do the editing on my iPad, so I can't really go straight from SD card, the GoPro memory to my computer without the computer turning it into a, you know, a Windows-based kind of file. So I am sort of limited there. I've got to get some editing done to free up some space, yada yada yada. But yeah, here's just where we're headed. I don't know what the GoPro, when it ran out of memory, so it's doing this little update. If it makes the cut or not, don't know. But I do have sun on me once again, which is nice. There was that one point of sail where my sails were completely blocking the sun. I actually had to put my shirt on. But yeah, now I'm getting, you know, cooked again. It's a very warm day, beautiful day out. And straight back yonder. Now that little passage there is gonna get me, well, around the island at some day. Coming up here soon. And then you know, this is just all Sonora Island here. Well, minus whatever this little island is, but everything you see there in the kind of distance is Sonora Island. And that very well could be Sonora Island as well. Yeah, it is. If you can see Mr. Screen here at all, it does kind of go right around. And I believe, yeah, Vancouver Island will be kind of off in the distance there. Presumably, possibly, those big mountains are Vancouver Island. But yeah, I don't really have a lot of wind helping me here. I'm guessing it's more current that's pushing me in right now. You know, my little dangly bits of string here are not really moving, so I don't think there's much wind to speak of, and the main is kind of just floppy. So yeah, I kind of suspect it's just current carrying me in here, but that's fine and dandy with me. And that would be the end of this video. I guess that was about all I recorded, so I'll just leave with this here picture of where I spent the night. Yeah, nothing major here. There was a beach. Not a lot of exploring to do. I was a wee bit afraid of wildlife, so I didn't go too far into the woods or anything. But yeah, that's that. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for the next one.